One of the most common questions I get asked is, how do I start day trading? So what me and my mentor Bao did for our viewers on YouTube is create a free mentorship course that reveals our 12 secrets that every single brand new day trader should know before they get started. But please take note that there is limited seating every single week. So please reserve your spot at myinvestingclub.co. The link is in the description. All right, enjoy the video, guys.
What's up, guys? It's Harry Haas here. And today I'm just going to be kind of going over some recent trades. I just kind of flipped through the main chat and just kind of looked through some of my older entries and just kind of saved those images, put them together with charts, and just kind of, we'll kind of go over and explain some of that type of stuff. I also have some member trades that I'm going to go over because I think that's also a little bit important where I can just kind of go over some member stuff and kind of just do some analysis of that. And I think there's some winners. I hope there's some losers as well because you can learn from them as well. And yeah, so that's going to be about this video. And without further ado, let's just get into it. So yeah, basically, kind of as I said earlier, this is kind of I'm just kind of starting from today and going backward. I just kind of went back down the list. I just looked at, some of the files that I posted in main chat, and I'm just going to roughly kind of explain some of my trades that I made in the last couple days and just kind of go over them. I realize it's been like about a week or so since I've done a video last, but things get busy, and I was also starting to feel like a little bit of burnout as well, where it had just been like just waking up every morning, trading, talking to members, making videos, going back to bed, just kind of doing the same thing every day. And I think after a while, you just kind of start to get tired. But now I've made it a point to kind of, take some time off and, just enjoy, hang out with my friends and just kind of, just kind of enjoy life, I guess. So, that's some things that I've kind of been doing as well. And, as well for the mental side, I think, it's helped me a lot, and it's really helped me, be able to trade kind of some of the slower market, as well as, it is a hot market, but it's also a slow market as far as, opportunity and things that are going on. So, I mean, for me, I'm just kind of taking it day by day. I'm not really going into the day with any super, super high expectations, and I'm just kind of taking the trades as they come. So for AMC, this is a trade I took this morning, pre-market, kind of first trade of the day. And this morning as well, I kind of slept in a little bit because I said, you know what, it's Monday morning, and I was just kind of tired. Mondays, I kind of like to sleep in because it's usually kind of FOMO Monday early. I don't want to overtrade, so I kind of wake up a little bit. I always wake up a little bit later on Monday and Friday because Friday is like FOMO Friday again. So the first and the last of the week, I always love to give myself like a little reward. Even though it's kind of the first of the week, I always seem to manage to wake up a little bit later and get something. And if I don't get something, I'll just wait till the open. So I kind of woke up. I saw this kind of starting to move a little bit higher, and we started going below VWAP, and I just said to myself, you know what, if we kind of can. If we can kind of move a little bit higher, I'll take some. So I took some kind of at 412, like in around this kind of area, and immediately we go up to 4.6. Now I didn't take it off at 4.6 because I kind of expected it to go a little bit higher, but then I kind of saw this move, and I said, you know what, I'm in from 412. I'm just gonna risk break even. We'll see what kind of happens. I'm not gonna stress out. I'm not gonna panic. I'm not gonna freak out. We'll see what kind of happens, because I noticed that the stock does like to have some heavy kind of pullbacks, right, and kind of start to go higher. And just like in the pre-market where we had some heavy pullbacks, we had some heavy pullbacks in around here. We ended up going 3.6. I didn't take it. I was kind of looking at other stocks, but that's kind of something that we can kind of, using the pre-market, we can kind of form some kind of analysis on what kind of happens after the open as well. So anyway, we kind of start to go higher. I took it off at, I guess I took it off at 5.7. I don't really think it's that terrible of a trade. I was just kind of fed up with it. It was choppy. It was kind of dirty. I didn't really like the price action, So if I don't like something, I just take it off. And, in this case, it ended up being kind of a nice gain. But, that's something that I'm kind of aware of myself. Like, how am I feeling in the trade? If I'm super kind of stressed, or I find that, there's a lot of like resistance, then I kind of like to take it off and always reevaluate. And that's kind of what I did into strength. It ended up kind of fading lower. 375, I took some actually here into strength. It was kind of a trade where I just said there was a big seller at 3.75. I could kind of take him out a little bit, and then we ended up kind of going higher. And yeah, we ended up kind of pushing higher. I ended up just taking it off at like 4.3. And the reason being, again, I felt it was a super big fight at 4. We ended up going to 420 and kind of just consolidating. But, again, something that I said to myself, I don't really want to be fighting this. I don't really want to be in the mindset of always fighting things. So, I just took it off, and I'm just taking, things as they come. I'm not a fighter. I'm just gonna sell at resistance. I'm gonna buy at support, and that's really about it. ONCT, this one was a great one today. I freaking love this stock. This one, again, as we get a more illiquid pre-market, the less I find the lines tend to matter. But, I mean, they're still there. You still need to make note of them. But as far as resistance goes, it's easy for us to get volume and just shoot past these lines because, they're pretty illiquid. It hasn't really done much. And it's easy when we start doing some volume just to kind of move higher.
Hey guys, my name is Tosh Bradley. I'm one of the head mentors and moderators at My Investing Club. If you have any questions about getting started in trading, getting started in MIC in general, text me at 213-458-5997. This is not a robot. It is me directly on the other end of my business line, and we'll get you in the club. We also have special promotions going on that I can get to you depending on your trading needs. Hit me up. Back to the video.
And so again, on this one, I was kind of watching it. And, we started kind of, by the time I saw it, we were at around 5.4. And I said to myself, okay, like, I'm just going to kind of look to go long off these kind of support lines down here. We ended up kind of consolidating, going higher, and I ended up taking it off at 5.7. The reason why I kind of took this trade, again, is because you have to remember what I'm kind of thinking in a trade. What am I thinking? When we get a big green candle, that's the time that I want to sell. When we get kind of a red pullback like this, that's the time where I want to kind of get in and buy. And, I always like to sell into the strength and buy into the weakness. And if I'm shorting, I always like to kind of short into kind of the strength, and I always like to kind of cover into the weakness. That's just kind of how I like to trade. And again, I ended up finding kind of a nice entry in and around here near kind of 5. And, we ended up kind of trapping, going higher. It was kind of great. We started really picking up in the volume scenario. And, another kind of simple trade that, like, it's not like a buy the breakout. It's just kind of buy a nice pullback, see where we can go. I knew it was going to be super strong once we kind of reclaimed that kind of area. And we kind of ended up going higher, super quick, because like you always need to be thinking what should be happening here. Well, we got a candle that's kind of, a lot of people are saying it was either a death candle, but I mean, I just consider it a pullback. We shouldn't really reclaim this 5.2 area and start using it as support. So once we do, I knew that was the go signal for me, that I could kind of hold it a little bit longer. And even we kind of got a stuff move here, but we still held that 5.2, and then we ended up kind of shooting up here and kind of moving higher, and that was just something that, I was kind of watching. APVO, another one. This is kind of a good one as well. I took some, I believe, in this kind of range earlier in the day, and we started kind of grinding higher. I took some off kind of up here, and then as we started really shooting up, this was the move I was kind of looking for over here. As we started kind of shooting up over 25, I took some and ended up just selling into 28.50, yeah, up here. And, another great one where just simple principle, I saw the grinding action. I knew that it was a super low float. I know that we kind of had done this kind of double bottom. We're above VWAP. We're kind of just continually grinding higher. So I wanted to kind of, I traded it for $1 here. Here I got, a couple bucks. I think I ended up with like 3 point whatever a share. And I mean, that's really it, where it's just, I understand the grinding action. I understand that this is kind of bullish to me because, again, if I'm a short seller, this is action that I do not like. This is action that I hate. I want this to kind of fade. I want it to go down. I want it to go lower, but it continues to just grind and creep higher. And I was hoping actually here, once we kind of got over high day, that it would trigger some stops and we would go higher. Instead, sadly, I ended up chasing a little bit, but it was kind of a calculated chase where it's like, okay, like I'll risk like 50 cents or whatever to for this kind of action. The volume came in, and it ended up being like super nice zipper. ALTM, this one I believe I bought kind of in this range down here, down at this kind of area. The reason why I bought this one again is because I noticed that, you know, we were just having trouble breaking down, going lower, going lower. I knew that the volume was kind of starting to dry up. We weren't really going lower. Perfect candidate to just kind of shoot higher, rip higher. Again, if you're shorting this, you kind of don't really have a choice but to have like a kind of shitty average, because like unless you shorted this pop up here, most shorts are probably going to be in around this area. So I'm thinking like, okay, if I can get long in around here and then we can kind of move higher, that could be an explosive move higher, because all these shorts down here are going to be trapped and they're all just going to be, you know, they're going to be stuck down here. And so that was another great zipper. I knew this float was a little bit lower as well. So it's easy to move, easy to go in this direction, easy to rip higher. I believe this one was easier to borrow on the day as well, so that just makes a perfect storm for me. KXIN, this one in the morning, I believe I took some in here, ended up just kind of selling into this 6.3 line, or it was 7.2, I remember, but I ended up getting rid of it at 4.68. Again, just process kind of scalp. We couldn't move higher. We tried, we couldn't get it. Price ended up going lower. We started grinding underneath VWAP and grinding and grinding and grinding. And as we kind of started to move higher, we squeezed some shorts out. Once the shorts were all kind of squeezed out, it allowed for kind of a great fade, some bagged longs up here, and yeah. So I mean, I'm taking it on the front side, selling it on the back side. I avoided this one because we had another one in play, but yeah, that was really about it. So I believe that's the end. Maybe we have one more. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I believe that's the end. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over a couple members charts as well. And you know, kind of talk about that. So anyway, guys, I know I don't have like the last slide. Thanks for watching, like I usually do. But like, thanks for watching, and
Thank you so much for watching our video. If you want to see more of our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button here. We do our best to post a new video every single day. If you have any questions about MIC or any general trading questions, please text Tosh using the number here. Also, stay up to date by watching some of our most recent videos right over here.